Hello. What we're going to be working on today is just the first part of how we develop a theme. A theme in PowerPoint is a way of collecting a bunch of colors, backgrounds, font styles, and generally layouts, so that way we can have an easily reproducible style, like all these. So we're going to make a new one. And I'm going to add, for now I'm actually going to leave it alone. And we're just going to go straight to the design tab. And I'm going to go ahead and start off altering our colors. Now, everything we do today is going to be in this design tab. And it's going to be right in here with colors. Right now, we are not making a new presentation exactly. We are making a new style for our presentation. So I opened up the colors and customize, and now I'm taking a look at these pairs of 1 and 2. Those actually correspond to the variants that your style will have. In class, we made things like, let's see, this is one of the ones that we made, and I haven't really made any other variants for it yet. Anyway, we're going to go back to the original that we had before. Alright, so customizing the colors. This corresponds to this, so you'll notice that if I change the dark to high to purples, it's going to change the purple text, the black text to purple, which you can see happens there. And the reason why is that this dark corresponds to dark colored text when it needs to put a dark colored text. PowerPoint knows that it needs dark colored text whenever the background is light colored. So it's going to go ahead and have the dark colored text and then have a background, maybe some light gray. That's going to give us this nice background here. Now we can see what that looks like on a few different slides, because your presentation for presentation 2 will likely have a few different slides. See what that looks like. I'm just picking things. The 5 ones that I picked were this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. Or that one. I don't remember which I chose. I chose that one. Alright. So, and that's just to, again, I'm not turning in the 5 slides. What we'll do later is we'll save the theme itself, and I'll show you how to do that. But I'm just making the style for now. And it's just to see what it looks like on each page. Now, not a lot to see, so we're going to go back in design and make some more to see. Customize our colors. And so I'm kind of done with this part. I wasn't really going to do anything with this, but now I might look at these accent colors. You know how when you add things like a chart, because you've seen charts in our SAM trainings. So let's say that when we add a thing like a chart, and I'm just going to leave that alone right now because the data is not what's important. What's important is the look. You'll notice that those correspond, the blue, orange, gray, to the blue, orange, gray, to the accent 1 color, which I'm now going to change to a lighter color because I tend to prefer some lighter colors. Corresponds to this, and I'm going to also change these ones just because in case we have those, I would like all of them to be lightly colored. So when I talk about design preferences, it has to do with us having a style that we're going for. I like to have I don't like to have a bright white background, but maybe still light, and I'd like some of the things on there to be light as well. Do that. You'll see that it changes. And yeah, taking a look at that, I actually probably want them a little darker. Alternatively, actually, I can simply use a lighter gray. And that'll probably look okay. Okay. Anyways, let's go on. Last couple things I want to get are hyperlinks. And I'm going to change this to dark green and, dark blue and dark green. Perfect. And we would see that then if we added a hyperlink. I'm going to go to this tab and just add a link in there. And the whole reason why I'm doing that is just to see what a hyperlink looks like. I'm going to link it to slide 2. Alright, as you can see, there's slide 2, that dark blue that we chose. And if I click it, and then come back to that slide, you'll see now it's dark green. And I'm hoping that when I hit F5, when I started the slideshow, you could actually see it. I have had some trouble with my screen recorder before, but you can at least see from now, it's turned dark green because when I opened up slideshow, I clicked it. Alright, so these are just the colors of the slides, and you can see now that's going to be the style on all of them. And on any new ones that I make, it's going to do that again. Alright. Now I'm going to go back to the variants, and I'm going to customize the next thing. I'm going to customize fonts. Now, here's something I want to talk about. Your heading can be anything, and heading is usually something that looks, kind of cool. Maybe you prefer something very, very apparent. Others, you might prefer something a little, at least, maybe subtle-ish. Subtle, but still very nice looking. You can choose whatever you want for your heading, just, whatever you like. But for the body, here's some direction I want to give you. Alright, so you've had a lot of teachers in your life probably assign you papers to write. And they'll say things like, print it out and use 12-point Times New Roman font, or email it to me, submit it on eCampus with 12-point Arial font. There's actually a really good reason why your teachers asked for that. Apparently, when it comes to fonts, the fonts that are called serif fonts, serif is a reference to, take a look at Times New Roman, for instance. Serif fonts are where the letters have these little hooks there. Can you see how the T of this Times New Roman versus the T of Tahoma, how one of them has hooks? And actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Right now, it's in Calibri, which is not serif, but I'm going to show you a serif font, Times New Roman. You can see how that one has that little extra, that little add-on. That add-on is called a hook, which we call serif. Without a hook, we have sans serif. So the without a hook one is this one. These are generally considered to be easier to read on a computer screen, and these are considered to be easier to read on paper. The importance of that then is when your teachers read your work on paper, they want you to use one of these fonts. It could be Times New Roman, it could be Georgia, it could be Garamond. Any of them that have these hooks are apparently easier to read on paper. Meanwhile, these ones without hooks are harder to read on paper, but easier to read on the computer screen. Therefore, while your title can be anything, be any font, because, it's only going to be a word or two, I want you to make sure that the body font is a sans serif font, meaning just anything without the hooks, whatever you call it. I'm going to turn this to its normal size. And you can see the effect of that. You see how our titles look. Let's say I were here, and I just wrote the words text over and over again, just testing out. You can see what it'll look like. Alright, lastly, here's the one that you might actually care a little more about. I'm going to go to Background Styles and Format Background, or I'll just click the Format Background button here, either work. And I'm going to actually show you about changing the background. I think you understand how to put in pictures or patterns. Just click on them. Gradients is one thing I want to talk about. A gradient is where you start with one color and slowly become a different one, like our white to blue here. And here's where it is. Here's what I want to show you. I'm going to go to the gradients part, and I'm going to show you how to use gradients wisely. And I'm going to take these ones off here, and just be left with this. Alright, I'm going to go from a very light white to a kind of a darker, not very dark, but a darker color. There we go. And you can see that by moving this slider here, I'm changing where the blue starts. And then this one changes where the white starts. And the big thing I want to do here is I'm going to hit Apply to All. And I just want to make sure that my title has a light background and everything else has that blue background. And I just do that by changing the sliders. And with that, I'm actually using the design of the background with the design of the slide itself, which I think is a pretty good idea to go with. So if you're using gradient with linear, I would suggest that kind of style, but you can choose whatever you like. Alright, lastly, we have our colors, our fonts, and our backgrounds. We go ahead to the themes part and we hit Save Current Theme. You name it after yourself, and next part will be the next part is that we will work in what is it? We'll be working with Slide Master next time. All right, and I just want to show you. I want to show you why what we can do now. We can actually exit out without saving our presentation. And now when we make a new PowerPoint, you'll notice that under the Design tab, we have access to that new slide design that we just made. And some of the ones that we made in class. Not that one, but that one. That one. That one. Alright, thanks for watching.